Cryptopapa.
Good days and welcome back to another video of Cryptopapa, where crypto is hard but Papa makes it easy. My name is Conan. Once again, thank you very much for clicking in for another video. On this video, we talk about anything related to crypto and also fundamentally news and technical analysis that our team has been putting a lot of effort in order to get more opportunities for you to gain more profit from the market. So this is not a financial advice, so please do your own due diligence and your risk management. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the market. On the market, today's 1 hour time frame chart. On the last video, we talked about the entire market structure has been dropping from the point C all the way to the important trend line, mainly at 111,000, where it has been stopping and it got flipping to the upside. We got to see it has been going back to the main zone, the POC, point of control, where it got a lot of high liquidity has been staking over this particular zone. On the current market, today is weekend, so potentially it got slightly low volume, lesser trading. We could see that the market is slightly weaker than the other day. So on today's market, this could be seen as the inverse cups and handle pattern. We might predict that it could do a downside flipping first to maybe to the OB zone back to this area again before we see another tasting to the upside. So looking on the super chart of Binance Bitcoin 24-hour time frame heat map, we could see that today is ranging across the map. So a lot of opportunity has been staking on this screen. A lot of position has been building up, and on the downside we see about 114,000, while on the upside vice versa, a lot of position has been parking at about 115 to 116,000. So we might assume that the market will be trading ranging today. So obviously from the screen we couldn't really give a very obvious, we can assume that it is slightly more nearer to the downside, so it might be, literally going to hunt at the downside first before it grabs all the position over here and it flips back to the upside. Just like what we predict, if it goes down to the downside first, it might be stopping somewhere to we use the Fibonacci to do a pullback, so we could expect that it might be going to the 61.8 of the Fibonacci at about 113,000 before it flips back to the upside. On the crypto dominance chart, just over days ago, there's a average gap leaving over at the 58.8% over the zone, and a descending triangle has been appeared, and over the last hour we could see the candlestick has been breaks out over this structure, and currently it might be going to hex back to the upside in order to fill up the FVG, the fair value gap, before we see another downside. So today might not be a good day for you to put in your position in the altcoin. So we might as well observe the market on how is the market doing, especially when this kind of structure has been coming out on the screen. So looking back on the Ethereum today's market, back on the previous video, we mentioned about the tree drive pattern from the pivot point of 0 all the way to 3. And on today's market, we got to see there's a symmetrical triangle appearing on the screen, and it is still currently under control, nicely inside this frame. So we set our entry at 48,000 all the way to our final target at 5,000. So we need to wait. Either the Ethereum, when it gets more volume kicking in, it might be bringing another shift upside again. So we set our stop loss at somewhere just closely to the entry in order to minimize our risk to the fullest. So we set our stop loss just slightly below this strong support area, and also we got to make sure that it is closer to the entry in order to minimize our risk to the fullest. So we observe how is the markets doing, and due to the Sunday's lower volume, it needs slightly more volume in order to break out. So a quick look on the Pi USDT, a nice triangle, and over the last few days it has been filled up the FVG over this area, and currently it is trading downside. We need to see how is the market doing, and there's a gravestone doge appearing over here. We could see on the next possible candlestick it might be doing an upside first before we see whether it can break through this triangle in order to reach to the important zone of the strong support and resistance area at the entry at about 0.37. So as long as it can hold firmly inside this structure, when it gets pressed off, we can expect a huge volume might be pushing the pie in order to going up. So we set some of the target here, 0.388 all the way to 0.42. Stop loss, we put it at 0.35. So last signal of today, we got the bio USDT. A nice order block bullish are appearing over the last few candlesticks, and it has been breaking on the structure, and we put our entry over this area, and we continue to monitor on how is the market trending will be going. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching our video. If you like our video, please help us to like, share and subscribe to our channel in order to support our community. I hope you get rich, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.
Where crypto is hard, but Papa makes it easy.